inspiration from, because of how he came into the fold of Islam, how he elevated the status of Islam, the sacrifices that he made for Islam. So the Sahabi Umar bin Khattab radiallahu anhu, one of the greatest companions of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Umar bin Khattab radiallahu anhu, when we read about him, we become motivated. Aisha radiallahu anha, she says that if you want to make fragrance, if you want to make fragrance your majlis, your sitting, your gathering, then speak about Umar radiallahu anhu. How did he come into Islam? Umar radiallahu anhu, he came into Islam because he read verses from the Quran. He read the Surah Taha, Ma anzalna alayka al-Qur'ana litashqa. So the first verses that Umar radiallahu anhu read were verses from Surah Taha. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that this Quran, we have not revealed it to make things difficult for you. We revealed this Quran as a reminder, and a reminder for those who are God conscious, who fear Allah Azza wa Jal. Umar radiallahu anhu accepted Islam. Ibn Mas'ud said that from the day Umar radiallahu anhu accepted Islam, it gained strength, and it kept on gaining strength. It kept moving forward because of Umar radiallahu anhu and what he did. We know that the accomplishments of Umar radiallahu anhu, they became possible because of the sacrifices that Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu made. So now Umar radiallahu anhu, he was Khalif for 10 years. He was Khalif for 10 years. And in that 10 years, what he accomplished for Islam, it's unimaginable. Imagine conquering Persia, which was a superpower at that time, and repelling the East Byzantine Empire. When we speak about Umar radiallahu anhu, there's just so many things to choose from. And any incident that we take, we will become motivated because of what Umar radiallahu anhu did. He was a very just person. Umar radiallahu anhu was a very just man. Very munsif. He had the utmost insaf. Once, he's Khalif. He's delivering khutbah. And some wealth had come from an outside country, which was distributed to all of the inhabitants of Medina. So Umar radiallahu anhu, he got up on the minbar and he begins to deliver his khutbah. And Salman radiallahu anhu, he says that, "Oh Umar, why is it that you have, two pieces of clothing? Why do you have two pieces of clothing?" So, because everybody in Medina got one, and it seems like you're wearing two. Everyone in Medina got one piece, but it looks like you're wearing two. So Umar radiallahu anhu said that, okay, he's Khalif right now. He needs to exonerate himself. So he calls his son. We're in the masjid of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I swear that you need to speak the truth. So Abdullah bin Umar radiallahu anhu said that what came into my share, I gave it to my father. That's why he has two. So Salman radiallahu anhu said that Al-an nasma'u wa nuti. Now we're going to listen to you, now we will obey. We will now listen and we will obey. The story to take, the moral to take from over here is that Umar radiallahu anhu is in the highest pinnacle. He's a ruler. And he is being criticized in front of his subjects. And he's accepting criticism. He's accepting criticism. And it's amazing because when you think about it, Umar radiallahu anhu throughout his entire life, he was always saying, Ya Rasulullah, da'ani la'alli adribu unuqahu. That, oh Allah, leave me, let me strike off his neck. That was Umar radiallahu anhu, very, very brave. And he was, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam called him the criterion. Al-Faruq. Al-Faruq. Umar al-Faruq. The criterion. The one who distinguished between haqq and batil. And here he is, as a Khalif, being questioned by Salman radiallahu anhu, that why are you wearing two? Everybody else is wearing one. You're wearing two. Where did you get it from? And Umar radiallahu anhu has to explain. This was how he was. He would accept criticism. He would not look at who was giving him criticism. He would look at the criticism, examine it. If it was something that he could improve, he would improve. And if it was something that was incorrect, then he would mention it. There's so many stories of Umar radiallahu anhu. Once he came across a beggar. Beggar is non-Muslim. And Umar radiallahu anhu was the type of person, he would say that, how am I going to face Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if a dog dies of hunger at the banks of the Euphrates River? How am I going to face Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So he sees a beggar, non-Muslim. And he asks him, why are you begging? So he said that, I'm not in a position where I can work. I'm too old. So Umar radiallahu anhu, he started to cry. He goes, oh, your entire life you were giving jizya. And now you don't have, enough money? No, I can't tolerate this. So he takes this, holds his hand. Non-Muslim, holds his hand. Takes him to Baytul Mal. Asks the one who is in charge of Baytul Mal that how much does it cost for a person to reasonably live for 1 month. So they said, X amount of dirhams. So what did he do? He assigns for him the number of dirhams so that this person can live comfortably. So it was Umar radiallahu anhu who started, a welfare system, social security. Right now we have social security, right? It was Umar radiallahu anhu, that started this. This was because of Umar radiallahu anhu. So he had, and this was for a non-Muslim, not even a Muslim, for a non-Muslim. When we read about the stories of every single story of his is motivational. Any story of Umar radiallahu anhu, this is motivational. Now we know that when he made dua. He made dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That, oh Allah, you give me shahada in your path. He made dua for this. And he would say that the Allah that caused me to migrate from Makkah to Medina, that Allah will definitely grant me shahada. He was so sure of it. So sure of shahada. So we know the story that he was stabbed by Abu Lulu. He was a fire worshipper. Okay. In Iran they call him Baba Shujauddin. Okay. And they celebrate the assassination of Umar radiallahu anhu. They call it Umar Kushan. Umar Kushan. The killing of Umar, the assassination of Umar. And so this person, we know that he was stabbed. He stabbed Umar radiallahu anhu multiple times. And he passed away shortly after. But now during that time when he was stabbed, those wounds were so deep. When he would drink anything, the fluids would come out from the stab wounds. This is how deep the knife had penetrated. So he's on his deathbed. He's on his deathbed. Someone comes, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, Salat time. He gets up. He says, La hadda la hadda li rajulin, that there is no portion for an individual who misses salat. He offers salat in a state that his wound is flowing. The blood can't stop. The blood cannot stop. It's too much. And he offers salat in that state. His last advices while he's on his deathbed is salat, which is what? Salat is huququllah. This is the haqq of Allah. You cannot miss salah. The difference between a Muslim and a non-Muslim is salat. We cannot miss salat. So Umar radiallahu anh, wounds, he's wounded multiple times, stab wounds. And he's offering a salah in that condition. We have no excuse to miss our salat. We have no excuse to miss any salat. We're perfectly fine. And just this example should serve as motivation. That Umar radiallahu anh, he's stabbed and he's offering salat in that condition. It's amazing when you think about it. So his parting advice was the importance of salah. And then the second was huququl ibad, debts. He was very concerned about debts. So when he was on his deathbed, he called his son, that, oh my son, I have this many debts, fulfill it from my estate. If it doesn't meet the amount, then you do it. And if you don't have it, then ask Banu Adi. If Banu Adi doesn't have it, ask the Quraysh. This is huququl ibad. So Umar was concerned about two things, huququllah and huququl ibad. This covers everything. So just this incident, it should serve as a motivation for you and me, that how we need to live in this world, that we need to be mindful of the huquq that are due to Allah and the huquq that are due to others. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us understanding. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله. الحمد لله رب العالمين. جزاكم الله خيرا.